Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. My name is Greg Couch. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Teller County Sheriff's Office. We appreciate you being here today. What we are going to do here is the Sheriff wanted to make some comments regarding the ACLU lawsuit that was filed. If we could just keep it to one question at a time. There are also two releases up front. You need to get a copy of each one of those. I'll also be providing those in electronic form as well. Sheriff Mikesell.
Well, thank you for coming today. I'm Sheriff Jason Mikesell with the Teller County Sheriff's Office. I want to give a brief statement, then I'm going to open it up for some questions to the press. Today I want to comment on the pending lawsuit from the ACLU. They are attempting to obtain an injunction against us in cooperating with our ICE partners. Let me explain what this means. There's a lot of inflammatory rhetoric about the ACLU and about what they're doing, or what I'm doing. So let me be clear. I'm holding criminals in my jail. We are not conducting roundup operations, nor will we ever do such a thing. We never have and never will. These people we have detained have committed a series of crimes against the United States, or in the United States. They are detained for crimes they perpetrated in our communities. I have the authority in Colorado as a sheriff to protect my community and uphold the peace to the best of my abilities. I will not be dissuaded from that. I will not allow a third party, such as the ACLU, to intervene in the protection of those that I love and the community I care about. This is not political. This is common sense. This is the right thing to do to protect my community. I'm here to tell you again that these are not people that you want as your neighbors. These detainees have committed crimes in my community and throughout the United States, such as sexual assaults, drug manufacturing, and attempted homicides, and many other crimes that cause our citizens to live in fear. Let me be clear again. In cooperation with our county government, standing shoulder to shoulder with our commissioners and our community, we want to make it clear that we shall protect our community and that we will not be forced to be a sanctuary county. We are prepared to stand the gap. We will not back down. We will not be swayed by bullying tactics. The ACLU has a tagline, "Today we sue." My tagline is this: today we fight. We fight for our community. We fight for the protection of all those that want to live in our community. Thank you.
We'll take a few questions.
Any questions from the press? Go ahead.
Hey, Jason, how is this an impact at the jail as far as with all these criminals? Is it making you a saturation point?
You know, here's kind of what's happened. We haven't arrested that many that have been held for ICE. In fact, very few. This is, in short, not affecting our jail at all. So, Pat?
He's still in jail, the one that we're talking about, Canseco.
Well, we're talking more, it is Mr. Canseco, yes. So he's still in our jail. You know, the issue isn't just one inmate. This is an issue for the nation. This is an issue that impacts our community. This is an issue that is, we're being tagged with making us cow down to different people in the attempt to put us up there as, hey, we're going to force the issue with you so that others have to do as we say. And that is what we are standing up against. Any other questions from the media?
What's the ACLU? What are they saying that you guys are doing wrong? ACLU? Like in their lawsuit, what are they suing you for?
What the discussion point is that I'm holding folks that have immigrant status for the ICE 48-hour holds. So what happens is when I bond an inmate who has been released on crimes that are local crimes, I receive what's called an I-247 from ICE. That then states they wish me to hold someone for up to 48 hours so that they can then take possession of that detainee and they can either prosecute them criminally through the U.S. government or they can hold to be released outside the U.S. That's what that's really for. These are not nice people that we have in our county jail that we would be releasing back into our, that they would like us to release back into our communities. These are people, again, that have histories of crimes that I just do not wish to put back into our community at this time.
So
And that's why we work in conjunction with ICE.
So if they're U.S. citizens, you wouldn't be releasing them anyway?
Absolutely. Well, if they're a U.S. citizen and ICE does not have a hold on them, then they would be released immediately anyways. Yes, ma'am.
With Gnesco, they're saying that he has 2 misdemeanors involved. Can you elaborate on the charges or why you're holding him?
You know, I can't because it wasn't the Teller County Sheriff's Office arrest. He was arrested by the Colorado Division of Gaming. So I can't elaborate as to his charges. But that's what he was originally charged for, yes, was out of the Colorado Division of Gaming.
Okay, and is the Teller County Sheriff's Office receiving reimbursement for withholding the inmates that are undocumented?
No, ma'am, not for this. I will make a statement that we are a holding facility for ICE, which means that if ICE has somebody that is incarcerated in custody, we do hold those individuals for them. It's on what's called a 203 hold. The same as El Paso County, the same as many counties throughout the state and throughout the nation.
And why is it important to honor the detainers within ICE?
Well, here's the important reason for this county, okay? The people that have been arrested by this county for crimes against our community or in our community were released or could be released once the bond is done. When we receive what's called the I-247 hold, what that says is the U.S. government has interest in holding that person for longer because of other crimes they may have committed or the fact that they need to be deported outside the U.S. The reason they do that is someone has committed crimes prior or they have been deported prior and have come back illegally 1, 2, 3 times. Up to 77% of the folks that are held on these detainers in our region are folks that have crimes, some and most of violent crimes in nature. So I did have ICE send us a statement also, and you can receive that from us. It should have been in your packets, and that has a lot of information as to why we're holding on the 247 detainers.
Obviously, this is like an issue that's going on all throughout Colorado. You have El Paso, you have Arapahoe, but there are some sheriffs that have said that they would not honor the detainers. You know, why are you guys taking a stand?
Well, here's why. The people that we've arrested, they've been arrested on drug charges, attempted homicide charges, all different types of charges that aren't something that you would make a decision to go out and do. These are not people that should be just released if the U.S. government decides they need to hold these people. I'm not holding people in our jail that have been rounded up. I don't believe in that. I think that there's a lot of people that come to this country that want to be here and that are doing the right things, and we never come in contact with them. The folks that we are coming in contact with have violent crimes or other crimes that are arrestable in the state of Colorado. And why would I allow that to go on and continue if a partner from the U.S. government, ICE, says, please hold them for us, we are coming to pick them up? ICE comes to my facility and they do make a physical arrest on those people before they either take them or they then return them into housing under my jail under a 203 hold until they can then take them somewhere else. Yes, Pat?
So are they gonna come and arrest him at your jail? I mean, what's gonna happen?
If and when he's released on a 247 hold, then yes, they will come and arrest him, and then he will either be taken somewhere or then he will be rebooked back in under what's called a 203 hold.
How many total people are on ICE holds in your jail right now? Like, what's the average stay for?
You know, I don't know right now. I couldn't tell you.
Message for ACLU? They're going to be watching.
But we're going to fight. They're here today. So, you know, it's this is back to them for a comment probably. But, you know, this is the stance we're taking for our community. And we're in partnership with our community. And I think it's important that people start understanding what Sanctuary City really means and what Sanctuary County really means. Because I think what was originally done several years ago is fracturing. And a lot of sheriffs are now saying, no, we will not be held to that. And I think that's important for the community to understand what a 247 really means, or what that hold and what that sanctuary county or city really means. And that's why I'm here today, to kind of unmask what has been said so many times on that we're just doing this to nice people. These are people that have criminal histories and or have been shown as criminals within our community that we're holding.
And Kinesco falls in the category?
Well, I don't want to get into specifics on him because I'm sure I'll have to answer that later in court. So right now, all I can tell you is that in general, this is why we hold people. Yes, ma'am.
Under Colorado law, isn't it true if a person is willing or able to post bond that they should be released? I know.
Absolutely. But what happens is we receive other holds too. So they could be probation holds, they could be parole holds, where we then hold somebody and they're rebooked back in under those charges and held. So yes, you're correct on that. But if a federal partner comes back and says, we want you to hold that person for this reason, why would we not hold that person for the U.S. government? We're still part of the United States. And I think it is under my authority at this time in Colorado, under our judicial system, to do so until there's a decision that says I cannot. Any other questions? Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, Jason. Now, this case, similar case went was El Paso County tribe, and they didn't do real well with it. So, what do you think of your chances are in the lawsuit?
Well, 100%, Rick. Because I never start a fight unless I can win it. So, we'll see where this goes. But I'll just tell you right now that we are prepared, and that we have prepared.
Right. Why do you think the one in El Paso County didn't favor them more?
Rick, I can't elaborate on that. That's something El Paso County would have to answer.
Can you repeat that again about the fight?
Sure.
You never started a fight unless you know you're going to win.
Yes, ma'am. So, throughout my career, it's one thing if you get into an argument or you get into a fight, but why would I want to enter into something that I believed I was going to lose in the beginning? Unless I thought that I was going to win something, I darn sure wouldn't start this. All right, well, thank you so much for coming today. I appreciate all your time.